Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more to the meta. So guys, I want to show you a defensive scheme that I jumped into after being down by 2 scores, and my opponent had some problems with it. He was able to put 3 points on the board afterwards, but what I liked about this particular defense is that it really dictated what he wanted to do on offense, and it forced him to get out of his comfort zone. Now, this guy was a pretty good player. He ran a lot of stock plays with a lot of those motion plays. He made really good reads, progressions, had a lot of patience, and was able to go ahead and see the ball, downfield and make some big plays. So you'll see him making some pretty good plays. But the first series against this guy, I was using a lot of the standard defenses I like to run, and he just essentially just shredded my defense. And one of the reasons why this guy's really good is because he just takes what I gave him. And he worked the flats, worked underneath, and then he would extend the ball at the next level. So right here, basically does a little off tackle run, get him into a 2nd and 7, which is, you know, run defense. If you can hold somebody to 3 yards on a run play is actually pretty good. Right here, he's got trips off to the left, and then he's got this really unique play. It's actually 4 wide receivers off to this side. I'm assuming something's going to come over the middle of the field, but he's got this guy just completely open underneath based on the way this play was set up. And this guy really liked using Kittle. You can see he actually broke a tackle right there with Kittle, and he's able to go ahead and pick up an easy first down. So it goes into spread formation right here, and it's a really unique spread. Look at this. This guys are stacked, so it's just not a formation you see online a lot. Not a meta formation. He's got a little orbit play that goes off to the right. I'm chasing the orbit, and then I see a guy crossing over. I did put a hard flat out there to take away that orbit, and I got myself out of position. He's got a trail route in front of it, but he's able to go ahead and get in a little completion. So from a decent defensive standpoint, I did read it correctly. I just couldn't get into position to stop it. So right here, he actually jumps into the tight formation, and basically I go with just hard flats because he's been hitting the flats and going underneath, and this is one of the few times that actually got a fairly good defensive play. I get him into the 2nd 8 situation. Now he goes into trips, so I jump out of trips, and I try to really have aggressive blitz, and I pulled myself out of position. He actually just runs. He was using Samuels at his running back, which is weird. You would just think that, you know, the decision making this guy made with his roster was beyond me, because he was using Samuels as his running back. He should basically have McCaffrey in there, because even when players are hurt, they're actually, you know, you could still put the hurt players back in. So why he was doing that, making the decision to do that, was beyond me. So right here actually hits a route right over the top, catches it in the end zone. So it was a levels concept. So this is where he was setting me up. He was doing everything underneath. I did hard flats, tried to trail underneath hard flats, and just threw right above me. I end up taking a coverage sack and the first down, and then he just basically just got me. I ended up going for it on a 4th down situation, and ended up giving the ball back to him in a short field. And, you know, that's just basically how Madden was. I figured based on the way he shredded me on the previous series on defense with his offense, I was just like, well, I'm going to have to go for it, at least give him a short field, because I don't want him to milk the clock and not give me an opportunity to score and get an opportunity to get back into the game. So that's why I decided to go for it in that type of situation, because I wanted him to score quick to still give me some time to actually score against him. He does his auto motion. I don't have a hard flat out there, and Sam was able to go ahead and get the ball down to the 1 yard line. So he's just grinding it out right now. Goes into you know, a dual halfback, split backfield. Just a nice little power row. Able to fall forward, get the ball into the end zone. So this guy's, we had a very weird roster what he was running with. He should be running with some stuff like that. So now I decided to go ahead and jump into a defense I've been labbing recently. It's more for bunch and also for empty sets. I just want to have some type of a defense that I can use for specific formations. But because I'm down against this guy 14-7 and I need to get a stop against him, I decided to go jump into this. What I like about the Okie roll is that it's a very aggressive blitz. and it's very easy to set up. So basically what you do is you blitz all your linebackers, the blitzing corner off the edge, and what's going to happen, depending on the type of coverage this guy's got, you're going to have really aggressive pressure coming off the edge or up the middle. So you can see right here, I get him in a situation where I'm in a 2nd and 21. I jump into the cover 3 version of it, which is that Mike strong safety blitz. This has got some pretty good run fits with it. You got guys coming down and run fits, and he just says, "Hey man, I'm not going to go ahead and give this guy a short field," so he doesn't take a timeout, and he actually pretty good smart clock management in that type of situations. Figures he's just going to chew the clock against me or force me to take my timeouts. And because of the situation, I figured I want to go ahead and do this. So right here, this is the Sam strong safety blitz. And what I like about it is you can see the run fits are really good. So previously he was having pretty good effectiveness against the run against me, and I go and jump into this. Same play. I think this is basically cover 2. I put a spy out there, and then I rotate my. I actually think I reset my defense, and the result, actually, he get a guy out there that actually goes into double coverage. So he tries to hit me with corner, with that empty slot under, and as a result, I'm able to go ahead and get him into a 3rd and 10 situation. So now I think what I did is I jumped into cover 4. Yeah, I didn't like the set, so I quickly jumped into cover 4, but I don't have a QB contained. I think I crashed down, and you'll see what happens. I kind of carry with this guy, but he's got no one out here against him. I don't have it a QB contained. These guys actually came in, and they should be out here containing this guy. And as a result, he takes off and actually I think I tried to send my defender against him. He actually throws right over my cloud flat defender, and as a result, he actually gets himself a big chunk of yards. So that's just, that's high Madden football. That's looking down the field, on NFL level when your play breaks down and there's really nowhere to go with the ball. If you can see an open wide receiver down the field and throw the ball and press it down the field, it's really smart Madden. So right here, I go ahead with the aggressive blitz. He's got a tight set, and I kind of over pursue off to the right, and I should be going off to the left. He throws underneath with his wide receiver, gets it down to the 5-yard line. I'm going to stay with the Okie roll once again. And I think what I did is I used hard flats here, and I actually dropped these 2 guys into hook zones. And I'm just going to have kind of like this box right here coming into the middle. He actually runs the ball. I get a nice little block shot with my defensive tackle and actually get him on the 7-yard line right there. He no huddles. And what I love about this defense is that I can easily set it up if I understand that correctly. So I got the same type of coverage. You can see these guys aren't hard flats. He's been doing a lot of stuff underneath. He really hasn't pressed me too much over the top. I'm going to go ahead and use her, and I've got myself contained. So if he tries to run out, I've got a guy that actually can run out. Right here it goes with a run play, and you can see he's scrambling. He doesn't really know where to go with it, and as a result, I actually get him on the 5-yard line. So he's a 3rd and goal situation. So now I go ahead and decide to switch things up against him a little bit. I'm going to run this Okie roll 3 hard flats. So this is going to be hard flat. This guy's going to be underneath. This guy's going to be underneath. And I've got 3 high shell over the top. And I want to see, I don't think he's going to read it correctly because I'm playing a lot of cover 2 against him. And right here he's got bunch. And you can see he doesn't have anywhere. I get myself a nice little block shed and force basically the field goal in this type of situation. So from a defensive standpoint, this is a win. I go ahead and score. I got a quick score against him, leaving 45 seconds left in the clock. So he's got plenty of time to score. But what I love about this particular defense is that this really dictates what he wants to do. Now, I should take this guy and put this guy into a mid-read or basically into a deep 3rd so I can play in the middle of the field. You can see the pressure coming off the edge, and if I had a mid-read out there, that probably would have been a little bit better because he does this inside read. This guy really was having a hard time attacking the sidelines, and actually goes in and birds the timeout. So you can see he's got 2 timeouts right now against me. The play art wasn't showing, so what I was doing is I was checking my audibles because I just set this defense up, and I just wanted to make sure that I had my audible set up correctly. So I go into Okie roll, and I jump into this cover 3 version of this where I've got things, and I think what I did is I realigned my guys, and basically, I don't really know what I'm doing right here, but you can see the pressure comes off. Look at this. Okay, I've got defenders right here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders right here. He's just lofting the ball up right here. I've got an edge guy off this. Look at this guy. A Kittle comes down with it in 3 people, and the ball actually gets caught. I think he was shocked by it. He huddled. He probably thought he knocked it out. Huddled, and it actually burned another timeout, and they cut off about 10 seconds right there in that type of situation. So that actually worked out for me because he didn't hit the timeout. I think probably he didn't make a good decision right there. So right here, I'm actually going ahead and jumping into basically the cover 3 version of it. And then what I'm going to do with cover 3 is I've got my inside guy. I'm going to put him on this guy because he's been using Kittle a lot. I want to man him up, and I decided to man up the running back as a backup right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and carry with the guys. I've got myself a seam flat. I've got another deep third out there, and you can see the seam flat, and I'm carrying right here, and you can see he takes off this quarterback. And because he took off this quarterback, he had nowhere to go with the ball. He couldn't get to the outside. He burns this last time out. So now I'm in a situation where I'm in the driver's seat in this type of situation because this guy, he can't catch the ball inbounds. If he catches the ball inbounds, he's done. He's going to have to take all shots into the end zone. So smart thing for me to do right now is just run a basic cover 2. And just have my guys come after him. But I think I jumped to the cover 3 because there's a lot of matching principles. I carried over to the left, and now I'm actually out of position. But look at this play right here. He catches. No, he doesn't catch it. So I get a break. For the previous play where he caught it in the end zone, in the middle of the play and 4 defenders, he catches it out of bounds, and as a result, I get myself a huge play right here. Jump into cover 4 drop. There's no reason to play any other kind of defense against this guy. He pretty much has all the time in the world. Right here, I'm just trying to match up, and he goes back against my best defensive back, and I'm able to go and intercept him in the back in the end zone, and come down with it. So I'm able to go and pick up a victory against this guy using this Okie roll defense. I like the run fits. That was one of the problems with this defense, is the run fits were not that great previous Madden. So we're going to go ahead and play around with this defense a little bit more and see if we can get some stops with it. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.